Hey, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Britton.
Since 2011, Buckethead has released 288 albums in his Pikes series, and we're going to listen to them.
3 at a time.
This is Getting Head.
Welcome, bots, logs, friends, and bucketheads. This is episode 32 of Gettin Head, a Bucketcast.
That's my age. That's my age right now.
It's finally caught up to you. It is your age.
That's
Spencer.
my age again.
You're 32. This show is 32 episodes in. I feel like both the podcast and you are equally accomplished.
You're not wrong. I mean, there's a strong degree of similarities in a variety of respects.
At this point in the podcast, I feel like it would start a podcast about Buckethead.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, this would be the time in which we'd be in full swing of this, because we started this, I believe, when I was 31.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I know. We've been at this for a while. I'm going to age during this. That's a weird thing to think about.
I turned a year older in this process, and I was like...
You did.
Well, I guess this is my 30s.
And we did an episode of this podcast on your birthday.
We did, with my brother, and it was a pain in the ass to edit. Thanks, bro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Happy birthday to me.
I listened to that. That was, it's great.
It's a fun episode.
It's very fun. So what's up? I haven't talked to you in forever. It's funny that we have not talked on the phone or anything.
I know.
This is the
it's
first
weird.
time we've
just stopped
in,
communicating for the 2 weeks I was in Rhode Island, basically.
Yeah.
I think we sent a couple memes back and forth, but that was pretty much it.
But hey, whatever. You know, shit that happens.
That's cool.
You know,
yeah.
It's not that weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's up? What you been up to?
I went to Rhode Island for a couple weeks. Rhode Island's, it's all right.
What was the greasiest thing you did in Rhode Island?
I mean, I had a lot.
Lay it on
of
me.
Pizza.
All right. That's not the kind of greasy I was expecting.
There weren't many greasy things to do there. Like, there weren't a whole lot of great options to just get shitty day drunk or fucking take acid in public or anything like. So I don't know. It wasn't really my vibe. It's a little straight laced up there.
Yeah. All right.
No.
Okay. That's cool. I mean, did you see anything cool? What did you do?
We went on a ghost
what was the day
tour.
to day?
I really liked the ghost tour.
Oh.
It had a very charismatic goth girl who started out the whole thing by the one rule I have is don't mess the dress. And she was wearing this very gothy dress. And it was great. I'm like, yeah. She a real one. And she led a fantastic ghost tour. Real fun.
Hell yeah.
Would love a good ghost tour. Don't know about you.
Sure.
Have you ever taken a ghost tour, Spencer?
No.
Spencer, you know what we're going to do?
What are we going to do?
We're going to take a drunk ghost tour, Spencer.
All right. Sounds good.
You and me are going to get White Claw wasted and go take a fucking ghost tour in the Seattle Underground. It's going to be fun as hell.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. I mean, okay, so I have a hard time with things like this because, there's no part of me at all that believes in anything like that. I can't even
It's funny though. It's they're half historical tours and half kind of.
It's like somebody doing a bit though. They're telling all the stuff and they're being excited about it. And that part of it sounds fun.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Seeing somebody just do their kind of thing in a fun way.
Yeah.
That seems rad.
Absolutely.
I can get behind something like that because I like to do stuff like that. I like to get excited about things and talk about them in an excitable and aggressive way.
Yeah. Be a spook.
Sometimes aggressive, occasionally aggressive. You know what happened to me today? I went to fucking Whole Foods because I don't know. I hate myself.
You're a fucking sadist,
to suffer. Yeah, I don't know. Whole Foods sucks. Anyways, went to Whole Foods and I was walking around for a while because I was looking for fucking chickpeas, garbanzo beans to the plebs, anyways, I'm looking for chickpeas. I'm looking for canned chickpeas because I want to make some hummus today, which I haven't done yet, but I'm going to.
Okay.
It's gonna be sick.
Okay.
Anyways, walking around looking for chickpeas, and Whole Foods employee walks by me and farts audibly.
What?
Like, yeah, like to a point where I mean, it's a relatively busy store, and it's like middle of the day. There's a fair amount of people in there and fair amount of noise, right?
I'm sorry.
I mean, sure. But like walks by me and farts audibly. Like it wasn't like super loud, but like I would say anyone within like a 6-foot radius would definitely be able to hear that and be like, "Was that a fart?"
Cool. Dude,
yeah, I mean, like I don't know. I didn't know how to feel about it. I was just like, "What the fuck? Like, what is going on?" Like, fucking, I hate Whole Foods. Like, this doesn't make a greater case for Whole Foods.
I mean, I used to work at Whole Foods. I don't think I ever like got an audible fart. I definitely did it at Met Market, but you hang around long enough anywhere, you hear some farts.
Oh, that's 100%.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm sure you've heard a fart or two at your job.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Especially from your bean friend.
Oh yeah. I mean, like what's funny about the bathrooms at my job is that they're in a place where like any noise that occurs in the restrooms themselves. There's 4 restrooms, like the individual stuff, like restrooms.
Yeah.
And anything that happens in any of those, like, just echoes so loudly that like you can hear anything happening.
Oh, we should record
in those
a
bathrooms.
noise album in there.
That would be funny. Anyways, like you'll be walking by there and you'll just hear like fucking farts all day, dude. Like all the time. Like whatever.
Love it. I love that kingdom of farts, dog.
You can't have it all. My kingdom of farts. They're mine. Yeah, anyways, did you at least like do something? Did you like read a book or something? Like what'd you do with all that time? What was the day-to-day looking like?
I made a bunch of memes, I've read a book, The History of Politics by Howard Zinn. Or The Politics of History, sorry.
Okay.
By Howard Zinn. Very good. Makes a compelling case that we should apply more of a moral standard to history, like as a study. Instead of just making the argument that like, oh, well, they had different standards at the time, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the People's History guy, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Good writer. Fun. Good writer. I like him a lot.
Hell yeah.
Good thinker. R.I.P. R.I.P. You was a real one, Zinn. The Zinn is in. The Zinn sins.
That's what he would say, like, during intercourse.
Mm-hmm. You been reading anything good lately?
No. I've been like goofing off, doing all sorts of stuff.
Doing
nothing
goof shuffle.
Exciting. Yeah, I've been watching my mom's cat.
Oh yeah, is it there right now?
Yeah.
Cool.
You might see her walk around in the camera.
I hope we do. It's a really cute cat.
It's a really cute, really good cat. Yeah. She's very sweet. I like her a lot.
Yeah.
She seems happy to be here.
Yeah.
Wants me to pet her a lot, so that's been nice.
Oh, what was a good thing is Z, my cat, who's very skittish and like loves to cuddle and shit, but like doesn't like to be picked up or anything. She let me pick her up today and like hold her for a while. It was nice.
Oh,
made me real happy.
That's good.
She's a big old blubbery flib flub, bing bang bong.
Yeah. That's a good way of describing your cat.
Yeah.
I mean, those who haven't seen your cat don't know, but that is actually a fairly accurate description of your cat.
Yeah, yeah. She looks like if you ever seen like a picture of one of those really fat seals that doesn't really have a neck, if you just like put a cat's head on one of them, that's kind of what she is.
Yeah. I would say like she looks like a child's drawing of a cat.
yeah. She's just like a big circle with these little legs and a head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. I love my cat so much. She's so lovely.
It's pretty good. Good cat. Good cat.
Yeah. Good cat. Good cat. Good cat.
Good cat. Yeah, I don't know. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I got nothing. Oh, I got my COVID shot.
Oh,
My
your second one.
COVID
Yeah.
shot
How do you feel?
yesterday.
You got that yesterday. Yeah. How do you
Got that
feel so
yesterday.
far?
Honestly, totally fine.
Okay, good. That's awesome.
I mean,
I get mine tomorrow.
Outside of you're getting your second tomorrow?
Yeah, my second Pfizer.
Oh yeah, Pfizer. The Pfizer gang. Yeah, that's me too. Yeah, like I guess the only thing that I do feel is I do feel like really like fatigued from like not very much effort.
Oh, okay.
Like for example, like I walked to Target. Target's very close to my house, and I walked there today and walked back, but I was like so like whoa, I felt like very winded and like exhausted from something like that, and like that is not typical. Like I walk a lot, so it's very weird. But I assume that will likely go away. That's what happened the first time too.
Cool.
Yeah, it could be worse. Anyways, Brit, can you
Yes.
can you hit me with a okay, I gotta talk about something. No, I gotta talk about something.
What's up?
It's just I love that in our first conversation for 3 weeks, I get to say Brit hit me with a bucket fact.
Yeah, that's cool.
We live in a society, Brit. We live in a bucket society.
We do. And now I get to hit you with bucket fact, 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 bucket fact. I'm doing something a little different today. Doing a little audio portion from an interview. We've talked a lot about Buckethead's maybe Instagram account at Bucketdead. I don't think it's him at all.
Interesting.
Here's why. Here's an interview with Brian Mantilla from September of last year, courtesy of the wonderful Buckethead YouTube channel Natternet.
You, Buckethead, Dan, Bill Laswell, and so many others in that circle barely do social media. How come?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think Bucket is never going to do it. I don't think he's ever going to come back.
You don't think so? Like an Instagram, just not his thing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was trying to get a hold of him, because he goes in and out of being out of touch. He's during this period, he's just been kind of out of touch. And I was trying to reach out to him the other day, which I'm sure I'll hear back at one point. Because, I was just thinking, hey, this would be a fun time to do some crazy stuff like, make a weird Instagram, make a weird, if we do it in the right way, it could be kind of fun. Even do like our own weird little podcast. It wouldn't even be Buckethead. It could be Herbie. You know what I mean? Like just think of funny stuff that we can start doing together again, since this is what's happening now.
So that.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that sounds pretty definitive to me.
I think so as well. Yeah. I don't think he has an Instagram, which makes me sad. And it just means that person who does it is like a super, super duper fan.
Oh, yeah, because it's very respectful. Like, and he has they have a lot of followers, like a lot of followers. And it's just all Buckethead and Buckethead-related content. That is it.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
That's pretty rad. That's respectful.
Yeah.
So that must be somebody who I bet that's somebody who knows him.
I wonder if maybe it's like Dan Monty or someone like that.
Oh, holy shit! That would be wild.
I think that would make sense.
So remember when we were looking at that photo that was posted on their story?
No.
And we were looking at it, and it was a Subaru Brat.
Right.
The car that we were looking at, and it had a Buckethead Land sticker on it, and it was like it was California, I think. It was a California plate or something like that. And it's like, Oh no, that wasn't it. No, they posted another story like a few weeks later that we didn't talk about on here, but I did watch, and it tagged a location in the story because it was like a haunted house or something that they were at. And I looked at the location. The location is just outside of Los Angeles.
Okay.
And so I don't know. Like we know that that's right around where Buckethead lives.
Right.
And so I don't know. Maybe it's somebody that knows him. Maybe it's just somebody that's seen him a lot and is a big fan because they live in the area. I don't know.
Bucket facts. It's all good. We listened to 3 Pikes this week. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah, it was fun to listen to Buckethead again.
Yeah.
I spent the last 3 weeks not listening to Buckethead.
Same here. I have not listened to any Buckethead in the past 3 weeks.
I listened to a lot of music actually in the last 3 weeks, which was cool.
Yeah.
And that's been very fun. But it's also fun to listen to Buckethead again. So,
I enjoy
music's
Buckethead
cool, man.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
We listened to Pikes 94, 95, and 96. Magic Lantern, Northern Lights, and
Yarn,
respectively.
I just really wanted to join you on Yarn.
Yarn.
That's a great album title.
It really is, and I really like the cover too.
Oh yeah.
Magic Lantern, Pike 94. Released November 26, 2014, just 6 days after the previous Pike Coaster Coat.
Ah, yeah. Coaster Coat's got a great album cover. I saw that again when I was looking at this one.
Cool.
And
it's pretty cool.
It's a really good album cover.
So this album was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's pretty diverse. It starts off with some great energy, which is, you love to hear good energy in Buckethead stuff. And like, especially if you're not listening to it for a while, I'm kind of glad it started off with something a little like, with a little bit of momentum to it, you know?
Absolutely.
And but then it does change up a little bit. It gets a little like funky and then ends on like a totally different kind of note, which was nice.
It's definitely one of those ones that starts out really hard and ends really soft. But it goes like super hard up until the last song. Yeah. It's
hard in different ways, but hard nonetheless. Always hard. That's
hard.
us, though.
That is.
Always hard. A bucket. Always hard. A Getting Head podcast.
That just sounds like a podcast about blowjobs, which I hope people like think is what our thing's about.
I hope so too. Yeah. I mean, in the broader, holistic sense, isn't everything about completing some kind of sexual desire?
I mean, you could make that argument. But
I won't.
If I like, I know like cost benefit analysis, and if you really think I'm doing this to like have sex, I know like much more time efficient ways than this. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna get laid from this podcast, and I don't really care.
Imagine this. Imagine meeting a fan of our podcast.
Imagine
there being a fan of our podcast.
That would be something else, wouldn't it?
It really would. It would be worthy, I think. We've been at this long enough. There's, we are a third of the way through.
We are. We certainly are.
It's pretty exciting.
That is pretty exciting.
We're doing it.
As of now, it could be longer by the time we get to the end. It probably will be.
Probably. But we'll see. Anyways, I liked this one. I think that I don't know. I'm not sure if this is the one I liked the most this week, but I did like this one a lot.
I actually liked all 3 albums this week a decent bit.
Me too.
I'd say I probably liked our next one more, but this was pretty good. I think it'd be a good like soundtrack to kind of a vaguely like not a Primus themed, but like a lot of like visually a lot like Primus's earlier stuff with a lot of claymation and shit like that. Like a grilled cheese restaurant with that aesthetic in Buckethead land.
Okay. All right. It's just like a grilled cheese restaurant that's just called Sailing the Seas of Cheese.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but I didn't.
There's like no other like Primus reference. It's just called that.
Yeah. Or Jerry was a race car sandwich.
Just Jerry was a grilled cheese sandwich. Come on.
Oh, Jerry was a grilled cheese sandwich. He ate so goddamn much.
So I was speaking of Jerry was a race car driver. My Name is Mud came up when I was just listening to. I've been listening to a lot of like generative playlists, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So on Apple Music, if you search just an individual song and you play that song, it will autoplay more songs that are like that song.
Cool.
And when I mean like that song, it'll play like music that was released around the same time, or like music that is popular with people who like that song,
Right.
or like stuff like that. And these playlists are actually generally pretty good and pretty fun. And I don't remember what song I was listening to the other day, but I was just like listening to some generative playlist based off of that song, and it was all like 90s kind of rock and alt metal and stuff like that. And My Name is Mud came up, and we had talked about that before, and I made a joke. I was like, that song is just all that bass riff. And I mean, I knew that was accurate, but like I hadn't listened to the song in like a bit. So I listened to it again, and it is entirely that bass riff. The whole song.
Yep.
Which is great. That's so cool. Nobody would write a song based on a bass riff anymore.
That's
true.
true.
Not gonna happen.
Except for maybe like, I mean, bands that don't really matter anymore, like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh yeah.
Do the Red Hot Chili Peppers ever really matter though?
Some people stand that band.
I know.
Some people really think they're good. I don't know. I think they're funny.
They are very funny. Like,
I don't necessarily hate their music, but I also don't really like it. I think it's fine.
They're very easy to like parody, and they do something that is like something no one else does, because if anyone else did it, they'd look stupid, which should make everyone realize that what they do is stupid, but somehow no one realizes that.
See, the thing is I like a lot of music that can be objectively described as stupid, and I'm okay with that. And I think that in order to like that kind of music, you kind of have to be okay with that.
It's true.
Like, I mean,
I just do not understand the Red Hot Chili Peppers' lasting popularity in that sense, because music that is like, you like it because it's novel does not like really last. Like, you don't listen to all of Limp Bizkit's albums because their latter days ones suck, you know? Like, you listen to like 2 of their albums, basically. Maybe 3, right?
3.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like $3. Wait, which ones? Do you listen to Results May Vary or $3 Bill, y'all?
It's been like, I'd say $3 Bill,
okay.
Obviously. But
there's one song, Lonely World, off of Results May Vary, that I stan.
I'm going to actually go through and do a complete re-listen of their discography. Actually, I'm going to start on that tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited. I'm going to burn through a bunch of Biscuit and just, refresh that
Burn
tank,
that biscuit, bro. You should get really high and burn that biscuit, bro.
I'm going to get really high and burn that biscuit, dude.
Did you ever get a real Limp Bizkit hat, or do you still have that fake-ass snapback bullshit?
I still have the fake-ass snapback bullshit.
Boo.
It's all about the snapback. I don't know.
No.
There's no joke there.
No, there's not.
It's all about the fake-ass he's bullshit. Snapback. I shut up.
It's all about the fake-ass snapback bullshit. Wait,
there
it's all about the fake-ass snapback red hat.
There you go. Thank you. Thanks. I needed that. Yeah, no, I don't have a real Limp Bizkit hat yet.
No.
Red Hat Linux. That should be the logo for Red Hat Linux, though.
Yeah,
for real, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Real good. I was thinking of making one of those and having the Buckethead bucket. The red hat. I think that'd be fun too.
That would be fun.
I kind of like just like recycling the same meme format with just a slightly different joke.
It's pretty fun, yeah.
It is, yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Memes are a good time.
You know what else was a good time? Was Pike
What's that?
95, Northern Lights.
Yeah, this one's fun. I like this one a really bunch.
Good. Yeah, it's a lot of like kind of soaring rock with a lot of like cool string skipping riffs.
It's some really cool riffs.
Yeah. The solos on this are really good. Like
they're really
they're
interesting
super
and
fast, but they're also like a lot of times really melodic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and usually when he's like doing super shred stuff, he's kind of going more like pentatonic. But like at least on the first song, Northern Lights, it's just like a super melodic, super fast solo, and it fucking rocks.
Yeah, It does fucking rock. It's pretty rad.
Mhm.
I did enjoy this one thoroughly. My only criticism of this one is that halfway through this album, I was presented with an ad for like some kind of like gummy vitamin shit, and it was the longest ad I've ever seen on YouTube. I swear to God, it was like 5 minutes long, and like I couldn't figure out how to skip it because I was like listening to it in a weird way on my phone, and then it's terrible.
That sucks.
But outside of that, quite good.
So the cover of this album is incredible.
It's incredible. Yes, I was hoping you would bring that up.
It's probably my favorite album cover of any Pike so far. It's so fucking cool.
It's really something. I loved seeing it. When I saw it, I got very, very excited.
Do you want to describe it or should I?
Why don't you describe it for me?
Okay. So, it has the standard thing in the corner, like a comic book, with Buckethead standing there, 13 cents, Pike 95, and it says Buckethead Land. The main thing here is something done on probably like Photoshop, and it's a giant like robot head like ascending to like a rooftop. And there's like explosions going on all around it. Presumably, like this giant robot is exploding, and jumping away from this explosion on presumably like this rooftop is like a pug dog.
Yes, it is a pug. Yes,
and it's really
you're underselling the amount of explosions.
Yeah, I mean it's
like,
it's wild. It's really wild. It's really
it is an orgy of explosions that this pug is escaping from.
Yeah, it's a really fantastic cover, and it's a pretty good album. I mean, it's only 2 tracks, and they're both super long. But there's a good bit of variation here. He does a lot of like kind of variations on the same theme, especially in the first track. He does a lot of different types of like hand-picked electric guitar riffs, and they're pretty cool. Like they're all pretty fast and cool and interesting.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I would agree. Yeah, there's some really cool like you said, string skipping riffs and stuff like that. It's neat. There's some good shredding in both like the leads and with the riffs that he's playing. Like there's a nice amount of melody. He does a good amount of like callbacks to certain riffs here and there that make it feel like more of a considered piece of music. Like despite the fact that both of these songs are like 15 minutes long each, like they do feel like structured pieces of music. It doesn't just feel like soloing over chords forever.
Right. It doesn't feel just like a DAW like drag and drop on everything.
No, it does actually feel like considered pieces of music and actual compositions in themselves, which is cool. And there's a lot of movement there, and they were both really enjoyable to listen to. I liked them.
Yeah. The second song, I'm surprised you could like the second song because it was kind of like blues rock. It was very like GNR type riffage.
I can see that. Yeah.
And musicianship and like the composition and how it was arranged was pretty GNR-ish.
I liked the second song less than the first song.
Me too.
But I did like it. I thought it was good.
Yeah. So Northern Lights, I think this album is definitely the soundtrack to the planetarium at Buckethead Land.
Oh, all right. Rock and Roll Planetarium. That sounds like a place I want to go.
Hell yeah, dude.
A place I would want to hang out.
Yeah, Buckethead Planetarium would fucking rule. That's a good place to go when you're like on shrooms.
Yeah, that would fuck your bucket for sure.
Hell yeah. That'll buck you up, dog. Pike 96. Yarn. Released on December 5th, 2014. It's going to be 8 days after Northern Lights, the previous Pike.
8 days.
Yeah.
You ever see that movie 8 Days a Week?
That sounds like a Beatles movie. I don't.
So no, it's I mean
that
that is a reference, but no, it's called 8 Days a Week. It's a film that was released I think on HBO in the early 2000s. I I don't know. It's about like a dude who like wants to like win the affection of a girl, and so he like lives on her like her like front yard for like a long time.
Oh, he stalks her.
It's yeah, I don't really remember it very well. I just remember that like this dude like lived on this girl's yard forever, and it was weird. Yeah. Anyways.
Okay.
Would you ever do that? Would you ever be that much of a creep?
No. No, that's weird. How did we get on that?
I don't remember.
I'm confused.
Anyways.
Pike 96 yarn. I said it was 8 days afterwards from the last thing, and you mentioned 8 days a week. Cause why?
Yeah.
Anyway,
if you know about that movie, cool. That means there are two of us.
This is a 3-track album. 6 minutes, 13 minutes, and 10 minutes respectively.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a really cool cover. It's like it looks like kind of a ball of yarn, but instead of yarn, it's a bunch of like roller coaster tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's obviously, soundtrack to a roller coaster here.
Sure, I can see that.
But
a lot of shredding here.
Lot of shred. But it's diverse shred. It's very diverse. It's interesting.
More of those like string skipping riffs on this one too, which is nice and sounds cool.
Track 2 especially had some weird production stuff that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like other than that, it's like a cool like kind of shred alt metal album. With
there's like almost a grungy kind of vibe to it. In parts.
Yeah, definitely like a 90s type alt metal stuff at a lot of points. Sometimes it gets a little like proggy, but like track 2 is very different in that it has a bunch of like huge synths and like ambient parts and like stuff that's like mixed very heavily with a ton of reverb and just like overtakes the entire mix, and it's really fucking cool.
Yeah, it's a vibe. It's a weird one.
It's a very weird one, but it's a good one, I think. This is
you love to see a weird one here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it too. The shred was nice to hear. I don't know, it's like I kind of missed hearing just like that shred. Like I don't know, there's something about it that I kind of like. Just when he's wailing, and I'm like, yeah, okay, nice.
Yeah. It's a pretty good album. I'd say all of the Pikes this week are above average Pikes.
I would agree. I think they are all above average Pikes. They all felt like individual little albums, which is what we want to hear from them. We don't want to hear stuff that feels lazy.
No,
we don't hear too much, but every now and again we're like,
yeah. Some of the ones where he's just like dragging and dropping a lot of like chord patterns and just soloing over them for like 10 minutes at a time. I'm like, I check out at some point.
That's true. At least these ones, they kept my interest.
Me too. They felt very structured, interesting enough. I didn't like forget about the album, wander off, and have to go back and listen to anything like I have with some previous Pikes. These were quality.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yep.
We done with those Pikes?
Yeah, I think we're done with those Pikes.
I think we're done with the Pikes. Wow, we got done kind of early this week with the Pikes.
Look at that.
Look at us. Hey, Spencer.
Yeah.
Since we got done early, I think we have ample time to dive deep together. Would you like to take a journey with me?
I would.
Into the bucket void?
Yes.
Statements from the bucket void.
All right. Welcome. Here we are again. In the dark recesses of the world, where people just say shit, and, it's out there. So, we like to draw attention to it. You know, we're going to start things off with a sentiment that I echoed earlier, but we're going to elaborate on it just a little bit. This was a comment on Pike 95, Northern Lights. YouTube user Wall-to-Wall Farnsworth says, as of October 2020, if you're on a Pikes journey and you've made it here, then congrats. You are a third of the way finished. Best of luck to you.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
brother.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, friends.
Yes, thank you. We are weary travelers on this road to Buckethead land.
Indeed.
And we appreciate the kindness of strangers, even if it's telling us good luck on our way.
Indeed. We love that. We love the kindness. It is nice. It's interesting that we've actually, you and I have a lot of cool ideas. We do.
No.
Shut up. I mean, yes, I also agree with that statement. No, we only have bad ideas, but we do have a lot of cool ideas that we don't follow through on, and thanks to, a lot of effort from you, that I'm grateful for. Here we are. We're doing this. We're a third of the way through.
We are.
We're going to do it.
Hell yeah.
Love to see it. Love to see it. All right. YouTube user Cheapex Alvarado says, the Northern Light, parentheses, album and weed, among my favorites. Smiley face.
Northern Lights is a fantastic strain. It's an indica dominant, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. I've smoked a good bit of Northern Lights.
Yeah,
in my
Northern
time.
Lights is definitely a thing that I used to look for. At this point now, with
Quality
concentrate
strain.
and stuff, it's kind of harder to be that discerning with your strains and shit. But Northern Lights is a fun one.
A fun one. A good one. We love the weed.
Yeah.
Big weed heads. Getting head. Getting weed head. YouTube user Sandra Lee Pitts says Buckethead, and that's bucket. This Buckethead is one word and head is capitalized, which I like. I've never seen that before.
That's good. That's fun.
You amaze me in similar way that Prince amazes me. Seeing you live is on my bucket list. Bucket is capitalized. I like that.
Yeah, I saw that earlier today. Yeah, I mean, I kind of get that. Him and Prince are both very talented multi-instrumentalists. I'd contend that Prince is probably a little more talented or has more of a diversement in his talent because he can sing very well, especially.
Yeah, totally, and he's very expressive, performer. I think that's another thing they have in common.
His fashion is a little more iconic.
Although certainly
Buckethead's fashion is very cool.
It is. I like the comparison of them. I think them in a collaboration would have been amazing.
That would have ruled, actually. Yeah.
It would fucking rule.
That would have been so weird. Especially how big Buckethead is and how short Prince was.
Oh yeah. Imagine Prince riding him around.
Oh my god, Master Blaster.
You like Master Blaster? That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Oh, that'd be Master Blaster, but just dueling guitar solos. That would fucking rock so hard, dude.
Oh my god.
Especially
amazing.
if Prince was playing a fucking a short scale Les Paul and Buckethead was playing his baritone one.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Yeah.
Damn, I love that. I like thinking about that. I like everything about that. That's beautiful. So I did a thing. I typed Buckethead into reddit.com/r/guitar. And it came up with a lot of stuff.
I bet it did.
One of the posts that it came up with, it says, brackets, play. So that means that it's somebody playing something. And it says, ambient cover of Creep on a Buckethead Les Paul. No thanks.
Why?
I'm not listening to that.
Ambient cover of Creep?
Yeah.
That's literally the whitest music that could possibly exist.
It's super incel vibes,
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
I like that they called out that they're playing it on a Buckethead Les Paul. It's great.
Yeah. That's the type of the genre of that is music you masturbate to while crying and alone in the shower. Well, That's the Spotify playlist that it's on.
Yeah, it is. They should be more literal with those playlists. I like the idea of like chill masturbation music.
I mean,
or like upbeat sex playlist.
Do you masturbate to music?
No.
Yeah.
But it would be cool to get into that, right? Like
would it?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it enhances the experience.
Now
Could be
that's
all
what
right.
I call Boner Jams, Volume 69.
Yeah, basically that. Are they still making the now? That's what I call music.
I believe they are.
That's insane. That's
Right.
just so crazy to me. I remember the commercials for like now the first 10. I remember those, and now we got 69.
Right.
We got 100 probably.
We
There's
got
gotta be a lot of
millions.
nows.
They're on 2,406,000.
Yeah,
Mhm.
totally.
Yeah.
Reddit user Zoso Rose says one of the best GNR guitarists.
One of the best. Really?
And then they responded to their own comment and said, "Don't worry, Slash is still the best."
Yeah, sure. Now that's what I call music. 77 is the most recent one. Just so you
Wow.
know.
I mean, I kind of expected it to be higher. They're slacking off. When did Now 77 come out?
January of this year. So I think
Fuck.
they released like
Wow,
two,
they are
two
still
a year,
making those.
maybe something like that at this point.
Yeah. Wow. That's really something.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that those are still happening. The music on there's got like, do they still get licenses for like good, like big popular songs, or are they doing like D tier shit now?
I don't know. That's a good question. Especially since I don't know, like music is so much more segmented now, I feel. And
Totally. I mean, well, top 40 is still a vibe. Like
top 40 still
people
fucking
still
sucks.
do follow that. Oh, it does fucking suck. I listen to it all day at work,
Oh,
and like
God.
it's awful.
It makes
I
me want to
hate
eat
it.
guns, like multiple guns, just to like see what each gun tastes like.
Yeah, I would rather do that than listen to top 40. It is trash. There are some songs I hate less than the other songs. I will say that. I mean, they're definitely like within the context of top 40, like there are songs that are less abrasive to my, mental health than others, but overall, not a pleasant experience.
What's your favorite song that you hear on top 40 right now?
I don't know the names of any of the songs or any of the artists. I just have heard them a lot. I should probably like start to figure out what these songs are. Maybe I'll start doing that at work. Then I'll report back. We'll talk about them.
Yeah, just ask all of your young coworkers, like, hey, who's this hip hopper doing his rip rapping right here?
And they'll be like, Kanye? They'll be like, oh yeah, okay.
I mean, here's the thing you can do. I think you're allowed to keep your phone on you at work. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, no, that's what I was gonna do. I was just gonna use my phone to figure out.
Yeah, I
what
was
the songs
gonna
are.
just be like, Siri, who does this fucking song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
I'll
I'll do that. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll try to figure out the ones that I hate the most and the ones that I hate the least.
All right. I'm
Of the songs they play at
counting on
work.
you for this. I need a tiered list.
I will start to figure it out. I will figure out the playlist and then I will report back 100%.
Cool.
Reddit user Matt Manoblot 420 says 2.2 years ago, Dimebag Darrell, without question, blows Buckethead out of the water. The dude played completely smashed and played every solo perfectly. When he recorded albums, he wouldn't stop till he play everything in one take, then did it 3 times to be sure. A true guitar god. No punctuation in that entire run-on sentence.
Yeah. I don't know if like drunk and persistent makes you better at things.
I know.
I don't
like. It's
I
funny.
don't
Like
think it
I like-
does.
I really like that. That's what he chose as like his reason for why Dimebag Darrell is better. He's like, yo, this guy can get so drunk and play these solos. He's so much better.
Yeah, like I'd say like, no. That's what I'd say.
Like there is a skill to playing music under the influence of things.
I guess
certainly.
so, but that like makes you a good user or a good addict.
That makes you,
it
makes you like
it makes you adept at that, not at your actual skill.
Yeah, it makes you high functioning.
Yeah, exactly. It's like great, like you can play your guitar solos super fucking drunk, but you can also play them sober. So, like, all right.
Exactly.
Neat.
Exactly.
Super great measure guy. That says a lot about you. What was it? What was his name?
Matt Manoblot 420.
Manoblot, chucking on the sode. Chucking on the sode? Sucking on the chode. Sucking on the...
Sucking on chili chodes.
Chili dogs, dog.
Yeah, love that.
Chili dog Vorbis. You know what I'm saying?
I love to see that. Okay, so I struggled to find some statements today. So that's all I have for traditional statements from the Bucket Boy. But I have something else prepared here. So we're going to do something a little bit different here. Something that I like to call statements from the Britain Void.
I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like this at all.
This one I don't have a date for this, so I forgot when this was from. But at one point you texted me, "I have too many lentils already. Send them back." I don't know what that was from. Like,
I don't remember that context at all either. But
pretty good.
There have been points in my life where I've definitely been over encumbered by lentils. I love lentils, but like, when you like are facing like a 6-pound bag of red lentils, like,
oh yeah,
you don't want any more fucking lentils. It doesn't matter what they are. It doesn't matter if someone comes up and they're like, "Hey, here's some fancy beluga lentils. They're fucking goth like you," and I'm like, I want the goth lentils, but you got to use the red ones first,
Hell yeah, hell yeah. On May 26th, 2019, at 5:12 p.m., you texted me, "You'd be absolutely flabbergasted at the sheer volume of Tony Levin gifs available on the internet."
I think I was in Milwaukee in a Whole Foods when I texted that to you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. It's a good sentiment. And then included in that are 2 Tony Levin gifts.
For those unaware, which is everybody, everyone listening, and by that I mean the one listening. Tony Levin is the bassist for Peter Gabriel, but more notably the bassist for King Crimson for the last 30 years, 40 years almost.
A shredding guy, a big Chapman stick aficionado.
Yeah, I mean, the dude is incredible at bass, and he's played for fucking everyone. I think he played for Rod Stewart for a while, Peter Gabriel, who's no slouch. Like, Peter Gabriel fucking rocks.
Oh, yeah, he slaps.
But, he is incredibly technically good. And he looks kind of exactly like my dad when my dad has a mustache.
He really does.
And it's funny. Yeah.
It's very funny.
It is.
On August 21st, 2018, at 1:14 a.m., you said to me, "I'm watching a video on YouTube about luxury watch complications, and the dude just referenced Manowar."
I vaguely remember that. That's a weird thing.
That's a pretty weird thing, yeah.
It is. That's a thing that like that's only made for me. Like, I was the one who watched that,
yes.
and I'm like, I have to share this with someone because like there is someone else out there who is kind of like me.
It's amazing to see. I think Manowar references in the wild are always amazing.
Absolutely.
Because it is one of those things where you have to be a special kind of dork to know about Manowar.
Yeah.
But then to like them enough to be like, yeah, and especially if you're like not an obvious, if they're not like an obvious metal guy, you know, it's like you're like, wait, what? Manowar?
Hi, Kitty. Hi, Kitty.
Oh, there's
cat.
Kitty.
Hello,
There's Kitty.
One of my favorite things ever was when I took Beck to a metal party.
Oh my God!
I don't know if you remember this.
I remember this.
Yeah,
no, I was there.
Oh
yes.
yeah. We went to this metal party together. It was at Jason Conde's house. It was like he's a vocalist in like power metal bands. Skeletor is the main one he's in. And he's an amazing vocalist.
Oh yeah,
Dude has
very
a
good,
crazy
vocalist,
good range.
Yeah, I remember we went to, I think it was an Iron Maiden party.
Yeah,
where they were
that's
listening
right.
to like every Iron Maiden album.
Right, that's right. They had them all on vinyl, and they were listening to.
Yeah, it was like Iron Maiden Day.
Yeah, that's right. And my brother was like, he wanted to come.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, but like they're not gonna like accept you wearing your fucking Cracker Jack clothes. So.
And then you were like, hold on, I've got something for this.
Yeah.
And you come back with a Manowar shirt.
Was it the Manowar like Iron Eagle from their first album, Battle Hymns?
Yes.
And I mean, very, very classic. And on the back it says, God, what did it say on the back? It was one of the lyrics from Battle Hymn.
It definitely was. I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. And
well,
so
what was funny is like your brother Beck is like, I don't say this negatively, the least metal person that
100%.
I know.
You know, and
like,
you've probably heard him on, you know, if you've listened to him on this podcast a couple episodes ago, he's like, you know, not metal at all. 100%.
Not metal at all.
He doesn't care.
Like does not care. And so like him wearing a Manowar shirt was just so amusing to me. I remember like I was drinking this giant Rainier that I bought at a gas station, and I was just like laughing so hard that he was wearing this Manowar shirt. So we like went to the party, and like he was just like talking to all these metal guys and be like, oh yeah, the metal, yeah, just like LARPing as a metalhead. Truly amazing.
You're right. He was LARPing as a metalhead, which actually sounds super fun. We should LARP in more like communities we don't belong in. I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. I like that a lot.
Yeah, especially like juggalos. And then we'll accidentally become juggalos. Which is my prediction.
We aren't already juggalos.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, juggalo is a class, not a state of mind.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. So March 1st, 2018 at 8:38 p.m., you texted me. That reminds me of my grandma's nutty bullshit. Cats are poison. You leave the butter out on the counter and they lick it. Then the butter turns into poison. Cats tried to steal the baby's breath in their sleep. Evil animals.
So I actually had a conversation about this with my dad and brother like last week when we were all in Rhode Island together. Like my grandma, it was just like nutty, and she had this odd like absolute hatred of all animals, but especially cats. She thought that cats were just like tools of the devil. And it was funny. Like objectively just hilarious. But also like tragic because she like, you know, obviously was not like kind to the animals around her.
Yeah, hate to see that. But it is funny that she thinks cats are evil. Like,
I mean, she's dead now.
Right. Is this the grandma that the whole like you didn't find out for a while?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a situation.
Whole situation.
Yeah. Well, that's funny. It's funny to think cats are evil. I think they're more just kind of stupid, but
I mean, they're like selfish. I mean, I think they're like actually very smart because they don't give a fuck about anything but their own comfort, which
that is
sounds
true.
fucking about right.
Which makes them pretty easy to live with.
Yeah,
honestly,
exactly. Because you just like make them comfortable, and they're like, yeah, cool. Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
gonna sleep all day.
Yeah, I
You're
fucking
like, all right.
I like cats a lot. I fucking love.
Yeah,
cats.
they're great.
Cats
I
rock.
love them. They're
Cats.
wonderful. All right, so to cap things off for today, for statements from the Britain Void, we have a humdinger here. On October 3rd, 2019, at 3:11 a.m.,
Hell yeah.
the time to come original,
Hell yeah.
you texted me, best idea ever. We dress up and market ourselves like Kiss, but we just do noise sets.
No, I do absolutely love this idea. Like,
I know, it is nice.
like, we are here to rock you, Cleveland.
Yeah. Just straight making harsh noise.
Yeah.
Dressed as Kiss. I love that. That's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
a lovely statement. I like that it was made at the prime of the night,
At
the 3:11th hour.
Those are. I have these thoughts at that time exclusively.
The 3:11th hour.
Those are the statements I make.
Statements from the Bucket
What do you got to recommend to me, Spencer?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I've been doing geeky shit. I've been playing a lot of video games lately because I really thought that the COVID thing would knock me out. So I was like, well, I'll just like buy a video game to play.
Cool.
And so then I ended up playing games for like 9 hours yesterday,
Sick.
which was pretty sick. It's pretty good. I've been playing the Mass Effect remaster. So they remastered all the Mass Effect games, put them out on the new systems. Looks really good and is pretty rad. Those games are so good. I love those games very much. And like replaying through one, especially after it's been 14 years since it came out.
Holy moly.
I know, right? It's crazy. It came out in 2007. Yeah, it's been really, really cool. The writing in those games is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. And like the gameplay, there are things about it that are a little dated, but
Yeah.
the writing is incredibly strong. Like it starts off and just immediately makes you like interested in the world and like the characters and their motivations, and it's great. Like it's so compelling. Even after all this time, it's pretty great. I have nothing but good things to say about it. Can't recommend it enough.
No.
Those games are awesome. Play
Yeah.
those games if you haven't. And if you have, play them again.
Actually, similar recommendation. Another game that's heavily related to the series. I've been recently playing Mask Effect.
Somebody stop me!
Yeah, you played yourself there. We should have made like COVID masks that look like the mask and worn those.
I mean, it's never too late to like.
We could still do that.
Oh,
yeah,
look at your cat, and look at how that cat is. Oh, it's sniffing
Yeah.
the door. I like you, cat. You're cute.
It is sniffing. It's a very cute cat. Yeah,
I love white cats. Oh, it's licking itself. Oh, gosh.
it's very cute. Yes,
Yeah.
it's incredibly cute.
Yeah.
It is a very cute cat.
Mm-hmm.
Love to see the cat.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Okay, so I'd recommend that. I would also recommend making fancy cocktails at home. That's a nice thing to do. I did some of that the other day, and it was great.
That is a nice thing to do for yourself. A good cocktail is very pleasant. What did you make?
Certainly is. I don't remember.
Wow, it was that good.
Yeah, I was just like mixing together shit that I had.
Cool.
Like I had like orange bitters and some simple syrup and some gin and some fruit juice and some ice, some crushed ice.
Mm-hmm.
Made it into like a slushy type thing with some lemon juice, and it was delicious.
God, I really want to pet that cat.
I know, right? It's hard to look at her and be like, I don't want to pet you.
I know.
I look at her and I'm always like, let me pet you. And she's like, yes,
She's so like
pet
white
me.
and pink. She just looks like such a fresh cat.
Oh yeah, she's very cute and
It was
sweet.
so clean.
Hmm.
Such a hygienic cat.
My mom just texted me and was like, "I miss my cat," and I'm like, ha, 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 ha.
You mean
my cat now.
cat? Yeah,
Yeah,
precisely.
yeah. Kitty Cat stayed with me for a while, for 2 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
so it's pretty good. Been pretty fun. So I do recommend that. I recommend play Mass Effect, make fancy cocktails at home, and hang out with a fluffy cat.
Mm-hmm.
All recommended things.
Sounds rad.
Hell yeah! What you got to recommend me?
I would recommend the filmography of Master P.
All right.
Especially the things he's written and directed.
I
recently
was not
watched
aware.
Uncle P, which is just a fantastic masterpiece of film.
A masterpiece.
Yes, a Master P theater.
Uh-huh.
That was a
A
joke.
Master P joint.
Yes. Also, Black Superman is good. Really
That
good.
sounds pretty good.
Really good. You should watch it. They're funny. They made me
Okay.
laugh.
All
They
right.
gave me a
Can
ha,
do.
ha 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 ha.
Ah ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Ah ha ha ha. Yeah.
Ha, ha,
Okay.
ha, ha,
All right. All right.
Speaking of ha 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 ha, you know
Yeah.
what it's time for?
Ha 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 ha, bucket joke. Ha 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 ha, bucket joke. Ha 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 ha, bucket joke. Ha 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 ha, bucket joke.
So Buckethead and Dan Monty walk into a bar,
Uh-huh.
and that's how they lost the limbo competition.
Fuck. All right.
I think we can agree on two things about Buckethead. First is he is one of the greatest living composers.
Mm-hmm.
And second, when he is not living, he will be a great decomposer.
Sucks.
That does suck. I hate that joke.
It's terrible.
How does Buckethead rank his favorite electronics?
How?
Well, with electric tears.
Whoa. Wow. Okay. All right.
I don't
Okay.
I don't understand exactly what these Hong Kong protesters are going on about. We got Chinese democracy all the way back in 2008.
Shut up. Okay. All right. Okay. Continue.
Did you hear about Weezer doing a cover with Guns N' Roses' worst guitarist?
No.
They're calling it Slash Pipe.
Okay, I have to interrupt for a second here. Did you hear the story about Hash Pipe that was going around recently?
How Rivers Cuomo tried to sell it to Ozzy.
Well, so his management team or something knew Ozzy, and Ozzy wanted to collab on more pop stuff. So at one point, Rivers Cuomo pitched Hash Pipe to Ozzy to have Ozzy sing on it, and it didn't happen.
That would have sucked.
For our benefit, it didn't happen.
Yeah, Rivers Cuomo kills it lyrically and vocally on that song. It's perfect. It's a good song.
All right.
What diagnosis did Phil Anselmo receive after he had... God damn it, I can't do this joke. What diagnosis did Phil Anselmo receive after he had a super joint ritual without a good damage plan?
Gonorrhea.
Well, he got Down syndrome.
That's barely a joke.
Yeah, exactly. What does Axl Rose say when he goes to play back alley craps with Top Cat and the gang?
Ham?
No, Top Cat, not Heathcliff.
Oh, sorry.
So what does Axl Rose say when he goes to play back alley craps with Top Cat and the gang?
I don't know.
Take me down to the pair of dice kitties.
It's the worst joke I've ever heard in my life. like, that is like the new low by which all future comedy shall be judged.
I've hit my bottom officially. What kind of urn does Buckethead want to be put in after he's cremated?
I don't know.
Pike 94 magic lantern.
Okay, I'll give you that. Sure.
All right, I've come to the worst joke.
I'm so ready.
Why did the rabbi play tools lateralis during the bris?
Oh no. Does he know the penis will fit?
Well, he was performing a circumcision.
Oh no.
How did Buckethead feel when he found out all of his lamps had been stolen?
I don't know.
He was delighted.
I'm withering away from that.
How many kidnapped children does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know.
Well, if it were 4 or less. Damn it.
Audio bloopers, baby.
Shut the fuck up.
That's the name of the episode, by the way.
Audio bloopers, baby. All right, here we go. How many kidnapped children does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know.
Well, if it were 4 or less, then Les Claypool's basement wouldn't be so dark.
That's high concept.
All right, I'm gonna close it out with this one. What's better than seeing Red Hot Chili Peppers live?
Anything.
Seeing Red Hot Chili Peppers dead.
Bucket joke.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us today.
Yeah,
That was nice.
yeah. That was number one fun in the sun.
Hell yeah. Love
Yeah.
to see it. Can you bring up the script for me?
No,
My brain is too stupid to
Mm.
remember what I have to say.
that's fair. Boop. Here we go.
Here we go.
This has been Britain.
And this has been Spencer. You've been listening to Gettin' Head, a Bucketcast.
Stay greasy, bucketheads.
Namaste.